Okay, so yesterday we kind of went through what a directory is, what some of the keywords are. And so today we are going to, I know we talked about these stage directions yesterday. And so remember, the stage directions is the part that you don't read. So if you noticed on the read aloud, when the kids got excited or someone grumbled in the story, like I didn't say that, but I acted that, or I used my voice when I did that. So those are the stage directions. I think we went over that yesterday. It says most of the time there are stage directions written at the beginning of a scene. They tell the director how to set the stage. And for me as the reader, they let me know what is going on and what is happening in the story. Sometimes it's telling us how the characters are feeling. Sometimes it's telling us the setting. So each stage direction could have a different purpose. So sometimes there are stage directions written at the beginning of a character's lines. These give the actor specific directions about how he or she should say their lines. So Jake wouldn't go, I can't believe the car ran out of gas. He wouldn't say it like that. He'd go, I can't believe the car ran out of gas, right? Because he's sighing. It says sometimes there are stage directions written between lines. These direct the actors to perform specific actions. And so it's important that you read those because you know what the characters are doing or what they're thinking or whatever's happening. So you don't want to skip over those because someone is not reading it. We need to know what's happening in the story. And so those stage directions help us. Okay, so let's look at these two lines. I want us to think about how are these two scenes different. Scene 1 says, the stage is set up like a living room of a house. Emily walks into the room wearing a cheerleading uniform. Her hair is in a high ponytail and it looks perfect. She walks over to the mirror hanging on the wall and checks her appearance. Oh no, my hair is a mess! And Emily runs through her doorway off the stage. What can we tell about Emily from this? Yeah, we can tell that Emily is very preppy. Emily is very picky about her hair. And then let's look at letter B. The stage is set up like a living room of a house. Emily walks into the room wearing a sloppy t-shirt, old jeans. Some of her hair is in a low ponytail, but most of it's out of place. She walks over to the mirror hanging on the wall and checks her appearance. My hair's kind of messy. She picks up a baseball cap that is sitting on the nearby table and plops it on her head. Now, both of those lines talk about her hair being messy. But in task card B, if I wouldn't have read those stage directions, I wouldn't have known that she doesn't care that her hair is messy. But the character in task card A, she really cares. And the only reason I know that is because I read the stage directions. So it's important that you notice the stage directions because they let us know about the characters. We would have, if the question was like, from the stage directions, you can infer that Emily feels how about herself, or that Emily how does Emily feel about her hair? Well, if I just said she likes it messy and this was the story from task card A, well, then I would be wrong because she does care. But in B, she doesn't care because of the stage directions told me so. So that's why I want you to notice how important it is. She's wearing different clothes. Her hair's perfect, and then scene B, it's messy. And Emily's line shows surprise and frustration in line A, but in B, she doesn't have emotions like, I don't care, whatever. And she exits the stage in different ways. So it says in scene A, the playwright creates a scene that leads the audience to assume that Emily is lazy, vain, smart, or messy. So I could automatically get rid of 2. And we know the playwright is the person who wrote the play, right? So we're thinking about scene A where she's very proper and very much cares about herself. I wouldn't say that she's A or D. She's not lazy and she's not messy. But is she smart? I mean, maybe. But maybe I don't know what vain means. So you may have to get your dictionary and look that up. Well, when I look up vain, you're going to see that it's someone who really cares about themselves and thinks highly of themselves. And so B, vain, would be it. But some people wouldn't pick that because they didn't get the dictionary to check and see what does this word mean. So it's important that you get that word dictionary. In scene B, the playwright creates a scene that leads the audience to assume that Emily is what? So before I even look at my answer choices, I need to think to myself, what do I know about Emily from scene B? Well, I can tell that she doesn't care about herself. She's laid back. She's not preppy or fancy. A, she's worried about how she looks. Well, no. She's indifferent about how she looks. She's surprised by her appearance in the mirror. Or she's extremely tired. Well, I don't think that she was worried how she looked because she was like, oh, I'll just put a ball cap on it. So we know it's not A. And she was extremely tired. I mean, I don't know, maybe. But she was very indifferent about how she looks. Like, whatever. I'm good. Let's go. So I just kind of wanted to go through and like really talk about the importance of stage directions today and how that can create misconceptions in your readings if in the story if you don't read those.